Today I'm using these Humbrol weathering powders to add detail to some Bassett-Lowke Steampunk models. I'm going to weather the Tea Urn Factory and also the Time Travel Holidays building. First of all, I'm going to do the Tea Urn Factory. I'm going to pick out some of the details on here and highlight those, and then I'm going to weather the roof, make it rusty, and also distress the sides. I'm using Humbrol white weathering powder. Now usually you might mix this with something, but what I'm trying to do with this is just use it to pick out some of this detail, and I'm going to alter the colour therefore this component. So I'm just lightly applying, very carefully applying the white powder to the detailed area first. This particular area has certain details standing out on it that's stuck onto the building. There we are. Do this side too, and because it's painted brick red you can't normally see it very well, so it does need picking out. You could also dry brush it and pick out these details, but I'm using the weathering powders instead for the moment, and that's got those details standing out more. Do the same with some other components too. Here we are, and in the end I'll seal all of these with a Humbrol spray enamel and just give it a matte varnish coat just to seal everything in. There we are. Now I'm using an assortment of weathering powders, dark brown earth and brown earth and track brown, also rusty colours. So this is brown earth here, and as it is a lighter colour I'm weathering it slightly higher up the building. I'm speeding this up now. This is 5 times speed, and I'm just going around the whole of the bottom of the building. Now we use different shades and different colours going over more or less all of the building. I use greys around the guttering and darker browns at the bottom of the building, just as I think it would get dirtier and darker down there. Here we are at normal speed weathering again. I'm using the darker brown here. So this I will blend in using the brush. Keep adding, keep blending, just stippling the brush on to create different effects. Also remember to do the inside of the building as well. And there you go, that is the finished effect. So more or less all of the brick red building colour has gone. I've added greys up on the roof line and browns down on the lower part of the building. Remember to wash your hands, otherwise you'll get powders all over the model. Hopefully you'll have more luck than me getting to your towel. And now I'm doing the roof line. So for this I'm using rusty colours, light rust and other similar colour weathering powders. I decided to go around the edge and the highlights of the roof with a very orange rusty colour, blending it in as I go, and then some darker browns for variation really in the corners, and then some black for this part of the roof as it was more of an indented V shape. I thought I would vary the colour of that even more. Now the black really did weather that, so as you can see, so I ended up feathering that in and really blending it nicely. I use an enamel varnish spray to seal it all in. Do that outside, wear gloves and a mask if necessary, Now that's the finished effect. Our model painted, nicely gradated on the roof, nicely gradated on the sides. The weathering powders here I've used quite a lot to change the detail on the model, and I think that's really enhanced the look of the steampunk building, the Tea Urn Factory. This is the original sort of colour scheme on time travel holiday homes, and that's the Tea Urn Factory weathered. For the time travel holiday homes, I'm going to use a different, more subtle approach. I'm going to lightly gradate around the bottom edge here with a sort of lighter colour, but not too much. And then on the roof, just black. These are the colours that I'm using. They are medium rust, bright sand, dark sand and brown earth. Now I've mainly favoured bright sand and the lighter colours, and in fact you'll need to pop out the windows so you don't get weathering powders on those, and especially don't get the matte enamel spray on them because it might make them go cloudy. For the roof I'm using black, and that was all I used, just black. I just wanted a simple treatment here just to add variation to the blue and almost eradicate the blue, but not quite, and that's turned it more into a grey blue. So that was quite good fun. I especially did around the chimney. Incidentally, to put the windows back in, just use a little bit of glue, just a little piece of glue each end is enough usually, just to hold it. Make sure you don't get any on the clear plastic. Handle it very gently and just pop it in. And obviously I'd already sprayed the matte enamel spray, and that's the finished effect. So that is time travel holiday homes with a more straightforward treatment. Just a few colours used, not many. I only used about 2 sandy colours in the end. So Tea Urn Factory, more heavily weathered. Time travel holiday homes keeps its more brick red appearance, and the roof treatments are different as well, more rusty, and the other one just darker. Hope you like them.